Okay. What we would like to do error loading syntax file. Unable to start packages markdown sublime syntax. That's very strange. I don't understand what this means. Subble markdown build. Where is that from? Okay, library, application, support, sublime text. Okay, markdown preview. So we're gonna do this. Something like this we're gonna do. And now if we build this, unknown command render markdown. Okay, so let's just start there then. Make a new command. Do this, and then here we are going to add new command. cannot convert value type. Can I just say this? Okay, so this we're gonna remove. Okay, render markdown is not found. Oh, here it is. Render markdown. But it wants the one like this. Okay. And now we build and stuff is happening. Unknown command render dash markdown. Oh, I shouldn't say equal. And what was that file that we have changed? Sub markdown build. Packages JavaScript markdown sublime syntax. I guess this is broken. Why do we have an error? Let's see. So something that says markdown. Where is the syntax? Markdown. Markdown. Sublime syntax. Markdown. This is some kind of Ooh. Oh, po. Oi, 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 oi. Sublime build, markdown syntax. Why don't environment variable? Okay, encoding. Okay, we'll just do file extension. The extension. Okay, that's what we need. How do I know what is a syntax file? Oh, syntax file to use to highlight the build system output. Oh, that's just completely not what. File regex, regular expression to run on the build output to match the match information to enable. The extension of the file. The following variables will be expanded with any string specified in the CMD. Okay, but build system to allow users to run external programs. Example of common uses include blah blah blah. Build system of various tools, build system. The following is a basic example of a build system. The build system will execute the currently open file. Blah blah blah. Build systems include automatic selection based on the file type. A selector. We need a selector. We don't need this. A selector to match the syntax. Source dot mark md. Like, how am I supposed to know Hey Alex. Okay, this runs. Okay, so this is fine. But how are you supposed to know like what this is? Nah, whatever. Okay, so this works, I guess. Let me try reopening it and see if it breaks. Okay, so it works. I don't think this works. What is this markdown building? I just wanna press a button and run a command to make a markdown file. I had a bunch of shell scripts that I rewrote in Swift. They used to be in JavaScript, and I don't want to install CryptoMiner accidentally. So I want to re-render this, rewrite this. I'm just gonna like, I am going to render Markdown with GitLab API, likely GitHub API. Markdown. Git show this markdown. No, git check out this at markdown. Is this how it works? Am I don't want this. Okay, so what we want, markdown file prefix is this. And file private let markdown file suffix is this. So it starts like this, it ends like this, right? And is prefix plus render of file path UTF-8 file suffix so file path file URL with path file path not else Why does Markdown start with HTML? Because it's a rendered suffix. When we render Markdown and we put it in between this HTML, so the idea is not to just get like something with paragraphs and stuff, but something like what you have in GitHub readmes. That's the idea. So this Markdown like this has styling, like this header should be this size and this font and have like this line under it. So that's what we're also doing. Um, so we're gonna render it to plain Markdown, wrap it in between these two, and so just pretend that it is Markdown, but we simply render HTML in a browser view. Well, we start with a Markdown file, right? Then it becomes something like this, right? When we render it, well, we render it to HTML. That's the first one. We render it to HTML. Right, then it becomes something like this. Hey, cranberry wine. Hello. Hello. Merhaba. Then if we just open this HTML, it won't look very nice. So we add a bunch of this stuff. That's the idea. And we also need to highlight the code. So that's what we are doing. What is wrong? Initializer must be not optional. Sure, man. So markdown is this, right? String contents of this at UTF-8. Can it throw? Okay. Errors thrown from here are not handled. I fixed the bug on prod today. Title were so large and it was exceeding my 200 char limit. It throws an error and my job fails. Well, you fixed it, yeah. How do you say char? Do you say char or do you say car? I say char, but that's because I learned it when I didn't know English. It's character, right? So you should say car. What? Why sad? BMW. Okay, let's just print Markdown. Amazing. Future is now. So now we run into a problem. Well, let's not run into a problem just yet. So file prefix plus rendered plus suffix. Right, and if we just say HTML is Markdown for now. And we just do this. Running into problems, my favorite, yes. HTML is my favorite programming language. Oh my god, this is everyone's favorite stream now. Favorite programming language, favorite activity in your favorite programming language. Okay, let's first do this. How do we actually render? So before we used to this is a program that does something and it renders it actually, and it highlights. How do we do highlight JS? I don't know. JavaScript is so complex for my brain to understand. I limit myself with HTML to not damage. Well, don't don't start looking into CSS then. I don't know how we're gonna do this though. But maybe if we... Did I close the window? Does it do highlighting? Depending on what is rendered in the markdown, you may need to provide blah 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 blah. No, that's not gonna happen. I would like to see a normal documentation and not this. This is just writing down. So basically, all of this is basically this. I think raw mode is about not having tickets and stuff. So for example, if on GitHub, right, if on GitHub you say like 35, it will try to find the issue 35, and instead of this, right, just render like a link to that ticket. So I think that's what they mean with raw mode. But of course you have to guess, they cannot just write it down. So they either have this, right, or nothing. Okay. Okay, what if we just do this, by the way? If we just do that, where's my token? I don't know. What did curl do? Oh yeah, here. What is this API version? Latest from 5 years ago. You know you can run JS on PDF files. Wait, I missed a lot of messages. SQL is good though. You know yeah, SQL is good. But I meant, did I say SQL? I meant CSS. You know you can fetch data with the TSQL and save them, lol. I don't know what TSQL is. MS SQL. You can, yeah, fetch, yeah. Oh, via HTTP request. Yeah. There is this thing called Postgres. Postgres with a T. So it's like Postgres. Where you just have a database, and then you run this, it looks at your schema, and it makes an API from your schema. So if you have a table, you can like select star. Yeah. And then you can like make an app without a backend if you structure your database in a special way. Shall we just run this curl? Oh, I wanted... Oh my god, do I have to give it JSON? Why do I have to give it a JSON? I don't understand. Yes. Okay, so we just render markdown. what I want to check if it's like going to GS, right? Then /n console log 123 /n. Okay, so it does do coloring. Oh no. Well, it does do this. Okay, well, something that it does something. Okay, so we can do that. That's nice. Do we really have to make? Is there a way to make HTTP request without any dependencies? Because NS URL. No, not NS URL. What is it? Not session manager something. Yeah, NS URL, right? You wanted to subscribe? No, that's too kind. Yeah, I'm not popular enough. NS URL session, yes. But I have an idea that it's not available on Linux. Oh, it's just URL session in Foundation menu now. Okay. But it's not available. URL session Linux. But this is now from 10 years ago. Okay, dude, I don't want to. The guy asked, is it supported on Linux? And the message is like, yes, this, okay. Okay, we don't need it on Linux also. Update your macOS. To what? No, I don't want that garbage. If you mean 26, I am fine. GLS, yes. No, I installed it on a different computer that I had from work. You cannot read half the text. No liquid. No, I'm not gonna. I'll wait until 28 when they revert it. URL. But is this async or what? Whatever file URL. File private let GitHub URL is what? I got used to it but regretted it first. No, I don't. Yeah, no, like, yeah, you get used to it, but no, thank you. It's so bad. I don't, well, okay, I guess it's a preference, right? But it's just some things are just objectively. You know this meme about, oh my god, Apple rounded corners are so amazing. If you look at corners on an iPhone and you put it next to your Mac, it will be an exact same like degree of curve, and everything will be super like perfect, and all the buttons in the UI are exactly the same. So like if you put your phone next to your screen, it's like all perfect. And then you open Glass OS, and it's like 12 different rounded corners on top of each other, and there is like just empty space in okay, but can we not render Markdown without GitHub? That's a question. Render Markdown. Swift. I already looked at it, but What if we just go here? So foundation is on GitHub somewhere, right? Apple Foundation. So none of this is Apple, and none of this is Foundation. Like it's only like found spaces apparently. What if we Apple Swift Foundation? Okay, we'll search with an actual thing. Yeah, was this difficult? Was this difficult, GitHub? Well, yes, but it's not the foundation necessarily that's in the phone, because they started using Objective-C one, and this is the one they're rewriting in Swift and making that open source. I wanted to search like Markdown or something. The Markdown specs. Oh, attributed string Markdown? Okay, wait a second. That cannot be true. How is this possible? Is it just that? Oh my god, there is a fight for number 1 on YouTube. What is this crown? Hey, it some kind of worked, but how can we... Description. We're popular now, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so what am I printing? Only this, right? So this whole thing is test. Okay, but how do I convert it to an actual like text? Oh, of course I want HTML, obviously. So it's not gonna work. Why am I looking down here? But it also doesn't support it. Okay, render markdown to HTML bash. Pandoc. What is Pandoc? No. No. Okay, we'll just do an API, whatever. But then we're sending our stuff to GitHub. That's a little bit also suspicious. Maybe I should just keep this stuff. We're only using... I'm just very cautious about... Okay, 20 days ago, what changed in Markdown? Like, let's see. Let's see what was changed in Markdown that they have released 20 days ago. fix block elements in task item. Block elements cannot come after a task list item checkbox. Example, should not be a heading, should not be a nested list, should not be a block quote. The above should not be an HR. This should not be code. In most cases, it should be a different person than what? Well, first of all, why wouldn't I have a header? Well, maybe not a header. Whatever, block elements. Only create tokens inside tokenizers. Checkbox token, add type, and like, I don't know if any of this is relevant. Okay. We're gonna use this. We're just gonna use this. We continue with the plan. We stop getting distracted. So this is URL. From string. So task. Now first we need to do. Okay, let's just do step by step. Okay, so this is this is done. Func render HTML from markdown. And it returns back a string, right? Okay, so request is this, and we need to assign a bunch of stuff to it. So method is post. Is it a string? Is it just a string? What was the curl that we're imitating? Oh, follow redirects also. Oh man. Is there something about so this needs to be var body is markdown. No. We need to make a JSON encoder, and we need to encode a dict from text to markdown. Okay, and what else do we need to say? Headers. Add value text HTML for accept. Add value for this. As this and something token. The endpoint works. Okay, there is not a, but how do we do authentication? We can, it's free, right? Is it like just bearer? Okay. Then if we have if n default get name allow empty true allow missing true default. Where do you say default? I wrote this and I don't remember what's happening. Okay, allow missing true. Token is this. Then we also wanna add this for afterization. Okay, method URL. This is so always I don't know, annoys me. It doesn't really matter, but it annoys me that I pass URL here and everything else is like this. I either have everything like in here or in here. I don't know. I'm getting a bit OCD about it always. You must send in raw mode to this endpoint rather than using JSON. In raw mode is not supported and markdown will be rendered in plain like a readme.md file. What does it mean? What does it mean plain format like a readme.md file? Like, I don't understand. You must send markdown as a plain text. Then in an example they have JSON. So they say this raw invalid request media type text plain. But why is this example then like garbage? Okay, we're gonna do text plain. Can I just do this? No, right? Okay. Okay, something happened. Oh, something happened. also noticed I have this. I have this stuff which is not correct, so this is, and this is date, and this is question mark. And what is, yeah, there is an empty thing, of course. In here is an empty thing. Okay, so how do we do? Can we wait for this? How can we wait for this? Resume. Thanks. Suspending a task will prevent what? Expression implicit, yeah, it was fine. Start? State? URL session. It is a sync, so use a way to call back or delegate. Yeah, I want to block. I want to block. For simple user completion, to receive updates, use delegate. How can I block? Dispatch queue, wait or something. And I'll be back in a second. Actually, maybe I do not want to block because I just want to say, hey, if they don't do it in 2 seconds, kill it. And oh wait, let's just search. No, it's not. Okay, you know what? I think it's time to add. Let's just start using that stuff. Sources. Why is everything lagging so hard? Am I doing something very strange? Finished in 500 milliseconds and broke. Okay, what is the error? Cannot convert value of type URL, which is this. But do I also need to do like foundation? I do. Okay, then. Can I change files in here? Yes, okay, good. So now, I don't need any of this. Then in here, I can import HTTP client. Oh. and try using it. Okay, so what is it again with oh, now Xcode is doing stuff. What is this a problem? Why is this a problem? Okay, but we now have to make everything async. Oh. I don't think it needs to be sendable. Okay, let's make it. Let's try to make it work for a second, just so it compiles. So this is async throws. This is async throws. This is async throws. Expression is async. Okay. So this works, Xcode doesn't. Why does it building every time? Oh, because I'm building for debug, the other one is always for release. That's fine. Okay. Okay, let's try again. But I have an idea. Well, that file manager is not working well part. But let's see. Maybe build failed. Unable to file this and unable to file this. Why? Do. Ah, classic Xcode. Yeah, sure. Makes sense. Love it. What is it? Is it 3 trillion already or not? Oh, it's 4 trillion. Okay. Well, maybe when they're at 5, they can afford to fix this. Okay, I have to check the door. I wish there was an alternative to Xcode. Unfortunate. Okay. Now we can start uncommenting things. So when we do a post, we can send a body, but I don't have headers or anything. Payload. What is payload? Content type bytes. Okay, so I do post this and I send JSON. Body JSON. No text. Markdown. Missing. Cannot infer. Why can you not infer this? It says payload. Well, because here it's missing base URL, and then it's just confused. What? Okay. Print response. Okay, try it. Something is broken, and we never know what it is. Why is this recompiling and recompiling again? What changed? Okay. Forbidden. You know what would be easier? If we just run this in here. um, and then we can just look at this stuff. That's maybe a little bit more straightforward. Okay. Status forbidden. Why is it forbidden? Is there somewhere 200 or something? Stop asking me this. Request forbidden by administrative rules. Please make sure your request has a user agent header. Annoying, but sure. So, well, we need to do headers anyway, right? So, do we have anything about headers now? Make post, make get. HTTP client request, where is it? Oh, it has nothing. So this was a thing, right? Well, so we need to make this one. Okay, but so far we can only do this, right? So method public var method public var I don't know. So for now we'll just do this. Method URL, headers, and body. And that is body, payload. Why is it called payload? HTTP, okay. HTTP, okay, we'll just have it named payload. For now it's called payload. Why is everything lagging so hard? What is up with computers? Okay, and then the only thing that we had was this one. Amazing code completion. Case get case post. Okay, and now here this is interesting. How do I want to do this? Okay, let's not do this now. No, we need to do it now. Now instead of get, I do request, new request. And now I say request is get URL this payload body I think something like this should build. But now we need to support headers here. But what I really wanted is this, right? Do I need to eat? I'm just like blocking. What's happening? Okay, what I want to do, where is the post? I just want to do post. And I want to give a request. That's all. And I want to get HTTP client response. To do that, I need to do this. That's all that's needed. Ah. Okay, so this becomes and then this is also goes away. Um, okay, so this is okay, just all of this, what? Okay. Now, where is get? Why am I doing this all the time? Why is this happening? Okay, this is okay, so this is something. Renamed argument of available attribute must be huh? Oh, it's just space. It's like this? How do you write this? How do you do something like this? Whatever. I think it's like this. Do you like refer to a function like this or no? Oh, we can say print post. Yeah, it's like, huh? Oh, it's like this. Oh, it is like this. Strange. Okay, so okay, first of all, this is not correct at all. um because request already is get or post, and this is just things that help you make gets and whatever. So that should be on request. Okay, URL is try resolve okay, so this needs how is there a constructor string relative to okay, we're gonna do it later. No, but I also wanna this self, how do you do it? Resolve, no. Okay, we're just gonna do this for now. Whatever is fine. Okay, so now we can do headers and stuff. Okay, so execute. Okay, should at least build or not? Base URL of sendable conforming class. Oh, sure, man. Why is it so? HTTP client request is... Okay, we're gonna make public init for now. Okay, so it's a lot of struggle. I won't say work, but struggle. So not a lot of output. Okay, so what we want to do is to add user agent here. Right, and then what that allows us to do is to make headers. Is to add headers. Okay. This is not entirely correct for headers, but we're gonna make this. Cannot string to expected. I just oh, like this. Okay, let's see if this works. Yes. Oh my god. That's struggle is real. Okay, I'll finish it later. But what is the positive side of all of this is that we're starting to shape this part a little bit. Like very basic, simple HTTP client that you can just like bam, bam, bam. Use very straightforwardly. Okay. Thanks for joining. It was super nice. Again, I'm excited every time I see you guys. Thank you. I'll see you later. Bye.